Crossing a bar is potentially the most dangerous thing we will do in our recreational boats, and as you might expect, there are a couple of do's and don'ts when it comes to crossing the bar.
Ocean bar waves are where the sand shifts a lot, and when you get the low and the high tide, you'll see a lot of waves sitting up, so they are a very dangerous spot for you to go over on your boat.
Unfortunately, every year in Victoria, recreational boaters get caught out crossing ocean bars. It's a sad fact that these shallow entrances with their shifting sands have claimed lives in the past.
The biggest tip when attempting to cross a bar is to firstly do your homework.
The first thing I'd do is seek local knowledge. Bars are notorious for changing. Ours in particular changes from week to week.
If you haven't done an ocean bar crossing before, you definitely want to make sure that you either get local knowledge, or if you can, go out a couple of times with someone that's been out over that bar. And the other thing that we really want to make sure to tell everyone is, if in doubt, just don't go out. It's not worth it.
Crossing a bar in Victoria is classified as a time of heightened risk, which means it's law to wear your life jacket.
The main thing that we try and get across to everyone, and it actually is legislation as well, that everybody needs to be wearing a Type 1 life jacket.
Before you proceed across the barway, just step back a minute, have a look at the situation, have a look at the waves coming through, and if you're really not confident, just don't go over. Once you've assessed the situation and you think it's okay, proceed out the barway. Don't turn around halfway out. Don't fly over the bar at 100 miles an hour, but make sure you're pointing your boat into the waves. That's the design, that's what a boat does, it throws the waves away. Look, coming back in's a similar sort of thing. Weather can change while you're out there, so again, sit out the back, assess the sets of waves as they go through. But when you're coming in, don't stand on the front of a wave and surf. You'll end up broaching and roll the boat over. So make sure you come in on the back of a wave, use the power in the boat, that's what an engine's there for. So make sure you stay on the back of the wave, but certainly don't go over the top of that wave and catch it in. You will end up broaching and roll over and get yourself into trouble.
The other tip is to make sure you know what the tide is doing. At Inverloch, for example, low tide is too shallow for most boats to cross. There's simply not enough water, so it's important you plan your trip around the tides.
Do your homework and treat it with caution. Never turn your back on the bar. The moment you do, you're asking for an incident to occur.